Unitarian Church of Peoria, here we are. Hi. Welcome to worship with the Universalist Unitarian Church of Peoria. My name is Reverend Innis. It is my great joy to be the minister with this congregation of people of all ages, all stages of life. This is a beloved community striving to live into its mission of embracing freedom, loving wholeheartedly, growing in mind, body, and spirit, and adding to the wholeness and the healing of the world. We are unapologetically progressive in welcoming all ethnicities, races, sexual orientations, gender identities, social and economic situations, politics, and abilities. We advocate for human rights, and we strive to be good stewards of this earth. In living our mission, we recognize the network of relationships of which we are a part. This is the ancestral home of the Peoria people. They and other nations were here long before the first Europeans came down the Illinois River. So we honor, in worship, we honor the Peoria people for who they were and for who they are today. I want to thank you for joining us in person and online. One of the lessons of the past few years is how precious it is to come together to be with other people, to expand our circles of care and kindness. If you are new, please help us get to know you. We have plenty of name tags. Find one in person, or if you're joining us online, please stay on and say hello with people on Zoom after the service. And I want to invite you at this moment as we gather together to be sure to turn your devices, respectively, to worship mode, whether that's vibrate or silent. And we have, if you're not on our email list, I want just to let folks know, over the past week, we have a little bit of a COVID update. The administrative team and I learned that several members of the congregation tested positive for COVID-19, probably from last weekend. If you have been in the church, if you were in the church earlier in the week and over the weekend previously, you may want to get tested. Thank you to everyone who has reported their illness. I have a running count, and we just want to get a sense of how many people are impacted. And of course, if you are symptomatic, I hope it passes quickly. And please let the church know if you need support. Now, in case you didn't know, if you're in person, or in case you're hearing it over the microphone, today is the blessing of the animals. And if you have photos to represent some of the beloved creatures in your lives, please bring them to the table in front. This is an all ages as well as an all species service, and children and youth will remain in the service. Nursery care is available. Today is a good dispensation day for inviting all the creatures under the sun. Also today, after the service, is coffee with the minister. We'll gather in the conference room for some conversation shortly after the service. In the course of the transition, if you want to see Regina Stanley for questions, by all means do so. And if you are the kind of person who wants to offer some real, physical, tangible help to the congregation, Kim Farland is inviting the land stewardship team and willing volunteers to work on the grounds at 8 a.m. this coming Wednesday, August 30th. So 8 a.m. on Wednesday, come along with loppers and gloves, and let's make the church more visible from the road. Now, next weekend is the question box sermon. This is a moment when you get to bring your questions, and we get to kind of create worship together in this way. And I respond to as many questions as I can during the sermon time in the moment. I don't get a whole lot of advance notice on what your questions are. And your questions gathered, whether or not I can get to them during the service, those help inform our services for the year. So I look forward to hearing what is in your mind and on your heart. And if you aren't going to be here in person, by all means, send them to me during the week. I'd really love to know what you're thinking about. And we have a special joy this morning. So I want to welcome Sherry Seckler and her music today. Sherry will be the primary musician on the choir Sundays. And Sherry has known this congregation and its wonderful instruments for some time, and I'm so happy to welcome her. Would you please welcome her? Our first choir service for the church year will be during our in-gathering on September 10th. She's with us today just to kind of get a feel for things. It's a little funky because it's all the animals, but this will get a feel for the service as well. And Kathy McNeil, our volunteer, who's been so generous with her music this summer, also will be continuing to play during other Sundays on a monthly basis as well. So thank you, Kathy, also. Now, as part of our welcome, we offer our time to say a brief hello to the people around you in person and online. And because we are a consent-based community, we please ask before offering a hug or a handshake. And I'll call us together back for our opening hymn, Morning Has Broken. So now I invite you to turn and greet your neighbor. Will you please rise in body or spirit and join me for our opening hymn, number 38, Morning Has Broken. Morning has broken. Please be seated. And I invite Regina Stanley forward for our opening.
The Calling of the Creatures by Ian W. Riddle. Come hoof and trunk and tail and horn and paw and wing and claw. Come bird and reptile, mammal born, all full of nature's law. Bring bark and crow and ribbit too, and silent stare and hiss. Bring purr and trill and warble too, and voice no ear can miss. We gather here each life and all to celebrate and sing, to honor creature large and small, 'tis holiness we bring.
We light this chalice in honor of the animal realm, furred and hoofed, two-legged, four-legged, many-legged, fanged and clawed, gentle and fierce, wild and tame. May we remember that all animals are our relatives, worthy of our respect and care.
A short reading this morning to continue the mood. We give thanks for the earth and its creatures and are grateful from A to Z for alligators, apricots, acorns, and apple trees, for bumblebees, bananas, blueberries, and beagles, coconuts, crawdads, cornfields, and coffee, daisies, elephants, flying fish, for groundhogs, glaciers, and grasslands, hippos and hazelnuts, icicles and iguanas, for juniper, jackrabbits, and June bugs, kudzu and kangaroos, lightning bugs and licorice, for mountains and milkweed and mistletoe, narwhals and nasturtiums, otters and ocelots, for peonies and persimmons and polar bears, quahogs and Queen Anne's lace, for raspberries and roses, salmon and sassafras, tornadoes and tulip wood, urchins and valleys and waterfalls, yaks and yams and yogurt. We are grateful, good earth, not least of all for zinnias, zucchinis, and zebras, and for the alphabet of wonderful things that are simple as A, B, C.
I so appreciate my colleague, Reverend Gary Kowalski, and his work with animals. That was his piece. It is so wonderful. And in continuing an offering note of gratitude, I want to thank you for all the ways in which we say yes. As my colleague Erica Hewitt reminds us, the offering that we take each Sunday isn't simply a stale habit. It's an opportunity to recommit to this place and this people. Our offering is an affirmation. It is a yes. And when we give, we say something yes to what we value. With our gifts freely given, may we say yes to the values of our faith. May our offering help us practice Unitarian Universalism within and beyond this congregation as tools to empower our mission. We breathe life into this place in all the ways we gather, in all the ways that we contribute. And we, the members and friends, offer this effort, our experience, and the funds that take care of the church. And we also share a portion of our financial abundance in a practice of sharing the plate each week. Each week, 1/3 of the undesignated offering goes to one of our monthly recipients. And this month, we are sharing our plate with Hope Renewed Youth Conference, Inc., or HRYC. They provide scholarships to deserving candidates in the professions of teaching and law enforcement. And those candidates commit to working in the community after college. Peoria folks have really looked around and said, we need to make sure that our talented people serve the Peoria community once they have been educated and trained. And so for our share of the plate, 2/3 go to the working of the church, 1/3 goes to the agency. Please use the envelopes to make your offering if that's how you give, and designate its use. You can also look in the order of service for the QR code to make a donation online. I want to thank you for all the gifts and all the ways that we give together. Now, during our music for meditation, the ushers will pass the collection plates. And after the plates have passed, you are welcome to come forward and light a candle for what may be on your mind and in your heart. And now I want to invite the ushers to please come forward. From the Reverend Leslie Takahashi. Despite distance and fear, we are connected. Despite loneliness and change, we are connected. Across different experiences and lives, we are connected. Even in the face of the inevitable losses of life, we are connected. When we wish to laugh, we are connected. When we need to mourn, we are connected. Across a nation divided, too, we are connected. In the heat of the sun, in the glow of the stars, yes, we are connected. Across the limits of our imagination, and even when nature trembles, we are connected. We offer the joys and sorrows of the congregation this morning. Let us keep in our hearts and offer our sympathy to Regina Stanley and her family. Her little cousin was shot and killed in Peoria last night. He had just turned 21 and has a little girl of his own. Please keep her family in your thoughts. We offer our care and love to Georgia, whose mama is in the hospital. We also offer a note of joy and congratulations for Mary Mulholland Kafar's friend, Orlando Salem. He is finally at home in the USA. There is so much more in our minds and hearts than we can possibly share. That is simply a moment and a fraction of what is among us. Let us take one more moment in quiet, paying attention to our bodies and our breath in this singular moment of time. I invite you to breathe with me and pause. Amen, salam, and blessed be. So our hymn that I invite you to rise in body or spirit and join me in singing is There Is a Love. It's one of our newer hymns. We have heard and sung a little in the past few years. Sherry will play it through once in its entirety, and then we will sing the I and the we verses once each, or twice each. I and we and I and we. Please rise in body or spirit and join me in singing There Is a Love. Please be seated. So I want to offer a brief note about what we are doing today. Like, what is a blessing? So let me share part of a story from Gilead. The book Gilead by Marilyn Robinson is a novel that takes the form of a letter or journal that a dying elderly Congregationalist minister in Gilead, Iowa, writes to his 7-year-old son in 1956. It's written so that one day the boy will know something of his father's life and character. And so the Reverend John Ames in this book describes a moment from his own childhood. And a childhood that he had in a very religious community where the church had an enormous impact. And so once, as a child, he and his young friends decided to baptize a litter of cats. Yes, you heard me, baptize a litter of cats. So baptizing is a form of blessing that includes dabbling or sprinkling, or maybe some traditions dunking of water. And water and cats, you might imagine, make them for an energetic combination. Now what he says is this. This might seem a trivial thing to mention, consider the gravity of the subject, he says, but I truly don't feel it is. We were very pious children from pious households in a fairly pious town, and this affected our behavior considerably. So once we baptized a litter of cats. And it occurred to one of the girls to swaddle them up in a doll's dress. There was only one dress. They blessed the cats one at a time in this one dress, which was just as well since the cats could hardly tolerate a moment in it and would have been unswaddled as soon as they were christened in any case. And he says, I myself moistened their brows, following the full Trinitarian formula. Like, what? I don't even know how they would hold the cat in this case. Their grim, crook-tailed mother of the cats found us baptizing away by the creek and began carrying off her babies by the napes of their necks. We lost track of which was which, but we were fairly sure that some of the creatures had been borne away still in the darkness of paganism. There's a conversation, right? Still in the darkness of paganism, and that worried us a great deal. I still remember how those warm little brows felt under the palm of my hand. Everyone has petted a cat, but to touch one like that, I know just the word is exciting, isn't it? But just to touch one like that with the pure intention of blessing it is a very different thing. It stays in the mind. For years, we would wonder what, from a cosmic viewpoint, we had done to them. It still seems to me a real question. There is reality in blessing. It doesn't enhance sacredness, but it acknowledges it. It doesn't enhance sacredness, but it acknowledges it. And there is power in that. I have felt it pass through me, so to speak. The sensation is one of really knowing a creature. I mean, really feeling its mysterious life and your own mysterious life at the same time. So we've heard from John Ames in Gilead. So the blessing we offer today is just this, honoring the sacredness in the creatures we love and feeling their lives and our lives at the same time. And we conduct this moment in community framed by our larger natural world that is just outside these walls and these windows. We offer our corner of the cosmos to these beloved neighbors of many forms. And we do so in a gesture of humility and recognition, not domination. We are part and parcel of this earth. Now, the blessing of the animals comes to us specifically through the Christian tradition of St. Francis of Assisi, who was known for preaching to the birds for his love of all animals, including worms, and is known by some as the patron saint of ecology, in fact. But also, this deliberate pause and acknowledgement comes to us through our long connection with the natural world as a holy place, a source of revelation and meditation, and our efforts to protect and care for this one earth that is our home. And we also have the added presence here of our growing ministry with our pagan group, Keepers of the Great Grove, which we have an additional connection. So I invite you to join me in this blessing. Any one of us can offer a blessing to another. Every one of us can feel a connection, really knowing that life in a creature, that pulse. No one has to invite an animal to be who they are. This act of blessing, as done by humans, is probably good for us too, frankly, to remember again that every furred and feathered and crawling and scaled thing is a thing unto itself. And so in this way, the act of blessing is good for us as well. This act of blessing is part of our effort for a deeper understanding of ourselves, of our neighbors, and of this existence of which we are a part. So we'll begin this blessing of the animals with those who are no longer with us or only with us in spirit. We honor the animals, the creatures that were in our lives and now live on in our memory, whether recent or long past. And I want to invite you, if you want to come forward and speak into the microphone, if there's a beloved creature that you would like to remember and lift up in this moment.
White boy.
And my boy is a cat,
He's a cat. Very old.
very old cat. Thank you.
Rusty and Jake and Ashley and Jasper and Addie and even Veda.
And even
I like to remember my first dog, Sasha. She was a Maltese and lived 15 and a half years, and I couldn't do without. Needed another.
I'd like to remember Piper and Moo Moo and Nikki and Tina.
okay.
I'd like to remember our cat Josie. We were in Texas a year ago and she ran away, and I hate that I don't know what happened to her all this time later. She was old though, not that that makes it better. And Riley's dwarf hamster Guana, who recently passed away.
I want to remember our dog Free, because she was free. And I want to remember our dog Sweetie and Onyx.
Thank you. Okay. Nope. Okay.
I'd like to remember my Chihuahua who lived to the age of 18, Isabella. She was a shelter dog, and I worked next door to the shelter, and she came home with me. And then I inherited my mom's dog, who was Doc, appropriately named because after my mom passed, he became my dog, and he became a hospice visit dog and helped a lot of people. So
Thank you.
I'd like to remember Buddy and Charlie, our dogs, but Charlie, Buddy lived to age 15, and Charlie, we didn't like him because I was too little, and I was always getting in his bed. And then he bit me, and then we took him to a new home.
Ah, yes.
Like to remember my two dogs that were brother and sister, Shelties, AC and DC.
like to remember our dog, Amelia, who passed last year, and our cat, Liza, who passed in 2017.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. And I'll offer that we have a couple of cats. I'll remember the first cats that were in my lives. One was Shirley, like for Laverne and Shirley. And the other was Hobbit, for, the Hobbit. Why not? From the Reverend Julian Soto. What it means to have a pet is to love someone who speaks a language you do not. A dog will bow and prance, a cat will purr and blink, a guinea pig will giggle and squeak. A long time ago, a friend of mine had a dog with soft ears and considered herself the pup's guardian. A gentle way to think of protecting and caring for a friend, such a small gesture of respect and a source of boundless love. The dog's long pink tongue lolling in a goofy grin. The cat convinced that kneading and grooming was crucial to this day. A bird asking for a treat with a wing to wave. These are friends. They are loves. And it's kind of a surprise that you should love someone who would eat the butter on the table if they could get away with it, and get endless hair on the sofa when they aren't supposed to be on the furniture. And when they are called companion animals, it's such an open and tender truth. The endless cuddles and tricks and loyalty, the comfort of fingers to fur and big adoring eyes. These are friends, they are loves, and they stretch our hearts and fill them with abundance and kindness. And when they are gone, our hearts remain larger, though their absence leaves room for expanses of grief. Their love champions and champions us still. So we come to the act of love that is the blessing, in fact. So I want to welcome you to bring your friend forward. Let's start over here on the sanctuary right. You're welcome to bring your friend forward, and if you had a photo and hadn't yet put it on the table, bring the photo as well. And those will receive all the blessings on behalf of our respective creatures as well. All right. So let me invite you to come, and I get to do what the minister gets to do, which is do a little blessing here. Hi. Hi. May I say hello? And this is Jersey. Hello, Jersey. May Jersey be blessed and with a long life and a continually wagging tail, which I see, and all the love that Jersey gives and receives. May you be blessed as well. Yeah. All right. In the middle. Uno Wopai. Hello, Uno Wopai. So white and so beautiful. Yes. So plush. We offer a blessing to Uno Wopai. May his coat be ever plush and as abundant as his love. May he be blessed. And we have a little friend. And what's the little friend's name? This is Poppy. Hello, Poppy. Can we say hello, Poppy? Oh, Poppy. Thank you for being with us. And may you be so blessed by the love that you receive, and thank you for the love that you give and the companionship you offer. May you be a blessing, Poppy. Thank you. All right. Moselle. Hello, Moselle. Oh, my goodness, so much Moselle. Yes, so much. And Moselle, may you be blessed. Oh, good. May you be blessed and enjoy the love and care that your humans give you, that all who know you can see that in you. And may you go forth and be a blessing for a very long time. Amen. Okay. Good morning. Hi. Is this Nyla? Hi. Hello, Nyla. Yeah. Oh, Nyla is, yes, I see lots of curiosity, lots of energy. Well, and Nyla, Nyla, may you be blessed in all that you are exploring and wondering and discovering in the world. And shout out to this world as well for all that you find. May you be a blessing and may you be blessed, Nyla. Thank you. Okay. Hello. And who do we have? Manny and Oliver. All right. Well, Manny and Oliver, you are compact spirits, aren't you? So may you, in your bright light, be ever glowing and wonderful and show to people that great things come in small packages and be a blessing and a companion along with your people. May you be blessed. Okay. And we have friends. We have feline friends who have managed to do very well today. And so who do we have here? This is Jack. Jack and Silas. I remember Jack and Silas from last year. They are much bigger. Yes, they have grown. So Jack and Silas, may you be so blessed in your life and the abundance that you have and the loving family that you are among and all of the care and love that you give just by your being present. May you be blessed. Okay. Pebbles. Hello, Pebbles. Oh, Pebbles, may you be. You are also a compact, bright spirit, are you not? So, Pebbles, in your wonderfulness and your existence, may you continue to be a presence and a love. And may you receive all the love and the care that there is to give you to. May you be blessed. All right. And who, yeah, okay. Duncan, is this Duncan? Okay. Dunkin' Donuts? Oh, excellent. Yes, hello. We have said hello to everybody. All right, Duncan, may you be blessed and you say hello to everybody in that greeting and that welcoming. Hello and hello and hello. And your willingness to explore and say hello again and again. May you receive all the love that your family has to give you, and may you continue to be a love and a presence for a long time to come. May you be blessed. Okay. Okay, and we have a request online from Jill Thomas for her dog, Bob the dog, who adopted her 14 years ago. Well, Bob, may you be blessed, and what an abundant and long life you have already had, and may you have many more lives to come. May you be blessed, Bob. All right. Do we need another? Hi. What else? Do you have a friend do you need a friend blessed too? A fluffy friend? You can. And so, what's your friend's name? It's a cat. Well, and may your friend cat also be blessed and wonderful, and soft for so many years to come, okay? Thank you, Bowie. Oh, and we also have friends who are not joining us, who are joining us in photos. Can you remind me, Regina, can you remind me? She's not here. Oh, I just couldn't remember the names. Biscuit and Rocco, we have in photos here. I think Biscuit is a very energetic dog, am I right? Yes. Yes. And are these some of the friends that have already been named, or are they here? Yes. Lucy, Scout, and Spencer. Lucy, Scout, and Spencer. Scout, by the way, is a turtle. So we have expanded our species just by being here. All right. We offer a blessing to all that is among us and with us, whether we've brought them in person, in photos, and offered them in spirit, to all of our lovely creature friends who are in our homes and who are in our lives in so many different ways. And now, for the blessing of the animal companions, we give thanks. For the beautiful ones whose fur is silky and tails are long, whose feathers are brilliant and voices are splendid, we give thanks. For the frantic ones, for the runts and the hungry who run for the food bowl or pat as though this life's pat is this life's last possible gift, we give thanks. For the obnoxious ones, the heads that butt against us as we're trying to sleep, the bodies that refuse to learn discretion as they make gifts, we give thanks. For those who bark and purr and growl and mew, for all who squeak or squawk or snarl or hiss, we give thanks. For the animals unknown to us, in whose niche in life's web is fragile, whose lives are insecure, for all who care for them and wish them well, we give thanks. We give thanks for all that is among us and around us. Blessed are the animals. Blessed are the creatures who live with us and need our care. Blessed are the mammals and the reptiles and the birds who teach us we are not alone. Blessed are all living things from whom we learn to love. Now you rise in body or spirit and join me in our closing hymn number 402. From you I receive, to you I give. We will sing 4 times through. May I invite Jesse to join me for extinguishing the chalice?
The chalice is now extinguished, but its light lives on in the minds and hearts and souls of each one of you. Carry that flame with you as you leave this place and share it with those you know, with those you love, and most especially with those you have yet to meet.
From the Reverend Laura Kim Joyner, who is a Unitarian Universalist minister and a veterinarian. From our hearts and minds into our hands, may blessings flow. Across and around the circle of friends, may blessings flow. Around and around our beloved earth, may blessings flow. For all beings, may blessings flow. Our worship is ended. Let our service begin.